My name is Sam Cobbs, and I think Christy Saxton also ceded her time to me today as well.
Mr. Cobb, you have 3 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
First of all, I would like to thank you and would like to let you know that I am opposed to item 4. I am the Chief Executive Officer of an organization by the name of First Place for Youth, and we work with young people who are transitioning or who are still in the foster care system. These are young people who are often been abused, neglected, and oftentimes as adults sexually exploited. I want to speak to a couple of points in the staff's report, if I can, very quickly. The first point is I think we are the organization that has mentioned that we didn't have a problem because most of our clients are 18 to 24. I'm actually here telling you we do have a problem. The second thing is that I do believe that the doors of my office, which is located on 17th Street, is actually within the 500 yard range of where this actual business will be. Um, Thirdly, I think it has been compared to that there are clubs and bars and all of those things that are also along this corridor. Well, those clubs and those bars, they open late and they close late. We're not servicing and working with young people during the same time that those clubs and bars are open. The other thing that I continue to hear is like good vibrations. Experience counts for something. I can sit here and say I have some obvious things like the president, but obviously I am not him. And so experience counts for something, and this is the first venture. And we've also heard that we can't count on the future and what the future will bring. Well, what I talk to my kids about and the ones that I work with is that before we make a decision, we always have to ask that question, what if? And if that what if leads to something that we ultimately may not want to happen, then maybe that is not a good decision for us. My final 2 points is really around what is it that you want all of downtown Oakland to be, because we believe that downtown Oakland can be a diverse place. But there was reasons why I moved further up 17th on the other side of Telegraph, because I think things have been put in certain places because there's an element that visits those certain places, and I believe that they have the right to be there. We are nonprofit organizations. We have moved up to get away from that element so that we and our young people don't have to see that. And finally, if it's not a good business decision for you, if it's not a good economic decision for you, I will ask you to think about this. As I walk to work, as I get out of my office for a breath of fresh air, oftentimes in the morning, what I see right outside of this, right outside of where this establishment would be, that, and if you read the sign, it says it is a parlor. And the reason that it is a parlor is because they are actually want to draw in more men. And what I will ask you to think about is as I take my walk, what I often see is I see young people who are either headed to high school, headed to the schools for the arts, or on their lunch break. And so I ask you, if this is not what you would want your kids or grandkids to see on their way to work or on their way to school, then please don't let our kids see it either. Thank you.
Could I ask you just a couple quick questions, more specific to the actual potential conflict that you see between what you do and what this business proposes to do? So are you concerned about the potential conflict between the clientele at this proposed store and your kids, or are you concerned about these kids going into the store and somehow viewing what's going on in the store?
I'm opposed to to two things: the conflict between the clientele of this business and the clientele of the nonprofits and the youth serving organizations around. I'm also in conflict against, as I understand the planning, is that this is a permanent license, and we have to think about. I have faith that the young lady who stood up here before, but faith without works are a done deed. And if this does not work out, then what happens to that next person who is as community and socially oriented that moves into that actual space? And so that is also what I'm concerned about.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next speaker, please.
Thank